Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you are having great time and having great life. Welcome you once again. It's Kokab Manzoor, and we are going to start chapter number 9 today, and that is lecture number 12. So it's going very well, and I'm expecting the same at your end as well. So are you ready? Let's start. Okay, so competitive factors are basically they are more relevant to the pest analysis, but since it's not part of the pest analysis, so in pest analysis what we do, we are basically we are evaluating the external factors like political, legal, economic, environmental, right, social, demographic, technological factors, that how these factors are going to affect our business or how they are relevant to our the business environment, right. Similarly, one more thing is that is called as competitive factors, that is also relevant to it. So today we'll discuss competitive factors. Let's see what we are going to explore. We'll explain the factors or the forces that influence the level of competitiveness in an industry, right, level of competitiveness in an industry, using the Porter's 5 forces model. So we'll discuss what that 5 forces model is and what are those 5 forces and how they are going to affect our competitiveness in an industry, right. Similarly, a very famous SWOT analysis will also be discussed: strengths, opportunities, weaknesses and threats. We'll see that how organization is determining their strengths, weaknesses and opportunities and threats, how they are going to deal it and how they are going to use their strength and opportunities to convert it into profit. Similarly, then we'll also discuss Porter's value chain analysis. What is Porter's value chain analysis and how they're creating the value network for it. So this will also be a discussion part of our chapter, and we'll also discuss the activities that of the organization that affect the competitiveness. So various departments like purchasing, production, marketing, services, etc., how they are affecting the competitiveness of the organization. So this is what we are going to explore. Here is the roadmap. You can see competitive factors. We'll see how we can get the competitive advantage. This is basic aim of the chapter. Basically, whenever we are analyzing the competitive factors, so we want to know that how we can get the competitive advantage and what competitive advantage is basically, and then we'll see that how can we gain it. It's basically an advantage over your competitors, right. Like you have a certain kind of unique characteristics. It may be a strength, feature or anything that other competitors don't have, and it gives you an edge over it, right. And you can convert that unique feature or unique strength and you can get benefits. So we'll say you have now a competitive advantage. I will explain it in detail little later, right. So Porter's 5 forces and Porter's value chain and then SWOT analysis. So basically these are the major areas of discussion. What is competitive advantage? In fact, we want to have a sustainable competitive advantage. So as I told you a little earlier that for external analysis is involved, we are involved in assessing the degree and the sources of competition within an industry, right. Like we discussed the level of when we were discussing when they discuss the external analysis. So we see that what is the level of external and we are doing the external analysis to discuss the level of competition in an industry, right. Like for example, you are in an education industry and you are producing education as a service, education services, like let's suppose it's a management sciences or anything like that, right, or accountancies, certifications or degrees, right. So in that case, how many firms are there that they are doing that kind of business, and what is the level of competition, whether if you are operating worldwide, so what is the level of competition in that industry, or if you are competing inside the country, so what is that. So the basic theme or the basic issue is whether your firm has the sustainable competitive advantage. Not only we want to have a competitive advantage over the other firms, but we want to have it a sustainable, so that we can get benefit of it, and we can enjoy it for a long period of time, as long as possible, right? So what can be that competitive advantage? For example, you have a certain patents, you have certain machinery, the unique technology, unique HR, unique intellectual capital, which others don't have, and you are converting that into by using that you are producing the services which or product which others can't, right? So or let's suppose you have a special kind of brand loyalty of the customers which others don't have. So you see, this is a competitive advantage that you are having, being a firm or being a business, as over the your competitor, right? So this will be analyzed in three steps. How the main competitive forces. First, we need to understand what are the major competitive forces. So we'll discuss that five forces, Porter's five forces. Different ways a firm can achieve the competitive advantage, and how can we then convert it into a competitive advantage, and how different activities, primary and secondary activities and department within a firm to contribute its competitiveness. So we will discuss these three one by one.